Dating Doc here. In this podcast, we're going to bring up how you're going to be disappointed when it comes to dating. Okay. Also, some courtesies, things you should do when it comes to the texting game and dating, and a good one on what the phone is intended for. Okay. You might not be using your phone for the most obvious reason. Stay tuned. Check it out. The Dating Doc Podcast. People are going to disappoint you sometimes. Okay. In this dating world, they're going to disappoint you. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to put you down in the dumps. You might think you've met your soulmate and you're about to meet, and then the person just drops some stupid news about how work has been busy and they got to cancel the day that you had to get a sitter. And I'll be honest, I've had this happen, maybe not verbatim, but I've had women that talk a good game. They talk about how they want to find a good man and they're willing to put the work in. And I got it. Some of them just have super ADD, right? They want to talk to 5 guys, and if one don't work out, it's the whole law of numbers. They want to just jump to one to the other, and then next thing you know, they haven't really connected with all 5 of them because they got that bad ADD. Or others that, again, they don't know how to have a good conversation. Hi, hello, how's your day? Good morning, good afternoon, blah, blah, blah. That's about it. People are going to disappoint you. Okay, realize that. The second you realize that, the more you can focus on being hopeful, on focusing on what you have to offer as a person. You are not entitled to anything in this game, okay? I don't care what kind of degree you have. I don't care if you're a city local celebrity. I don't care if you have published work out there, if you are an IG model or not or whatnot. Who cares? You are not entitled to anyone if you don't put the work in. All right. And even if you do believe in fate, right? You believe maybe in a religious or spiritual sense that someone is destined to just kind of flow into your life. Sometimes you can disturb that fate by not putting in the work, right? Comes in with law of attraction. If you want to attract, think of these like protons, neutrons, electrons, invisible ones just coming out your being, and you're trying to attract things in your life. You are not going to attract anything if you just down in the dumps because you've been disappointed so much. So keep that in mind, is that people are going to hurt you. You're going to feel a little bit of that sting. Some people are going to get lazy. Some people are going to self-sabotage. Some people are scared of settling down, but they talk a big game. Some people are going to be stuck in the same rut, in the same patterns. Okay. And all you have to do, you have to rise above that. You need to be higher than that. You cannot let it affect you to the point that you're just like them. You're just like the one that has issues and insecurities and all kinds of stuff that prevents you from being the best version of yourself. So keep that in mind, okay? It's going to hurt. But guess what? Why would you make time for someone that's got all kinds of issues? All right. I have a little bit of sympathy and empathy because that's what I do. I help people. But here's the deal. It's a competition out there. It is a competition out there. There's a lot of people that are trying to get a quality person's attention. So if you got all kinds of issues and you haven't worked on them, guess what? You're more than likely going to disappoint someone. You're going to hurt them. You're going to waste their time. So if you're going out in this dating world and you're giving it a try, you need to really give it a try, and you need to treat that other person with respect. Treat that other person with respect. Don't go out here trying to hurt them. All right. It's not fair. It's just the way it is. Okay. On either side. So to recap, be prepared for that pain. Don't be the one causing it, and be hopeful. All right. Be a positive influence. You might be the one that inspires that person. Or you know what? Even if they got their own issues and they're lost cause, the fact that you've made their day, do that. All right. Next segment, we're going to go into some more specifics on how you can show that respect. So in the last segment, we talked about how people are going to hurt you. They're going to disappoint you. Here's some things that seem so common sense, but then people don't do. First off, if you are done speaking with someone, just tell them something to the effect of, I'm just not interested anymore. This is how dating goes. I do wish you luck and peace, however you want to say it. Or you can even put it out there and say, look, I'm not the type to ghost, but hopefully you can respect the fact that we're not a match and that I hope you do well in dating and find someone that's more of your match. That's a grown-up thing to do, but again, a lot of us out there are not grown-ups, regardless of age. Another thing, if someone is wanting to hear from you, but you're busy, just say it. Just say, hey, look, I'm going to have a break away from the phone. Or, you know what, I'm just kind of feeling lazy right now. I'm not going to mess with my phone. I'll hit you back up later. Right? And at least you've told that person, hey, it's not you. I'm just going to chill out for a little bit. But what happens is you can't tell the difference between a person who is doing that and is actually rude and just ghosting. It's not fair. Okay, it's not cool. It's not the grown-up way to communicate. And a lot of us have issues communicating. Another example. If you are interested in someone, right, you got to keep things a little bit flirty, a little bit fun. You can't give away too much of yourself because then they're like, dang, this person's so desperate. They probably show attention and interest to anyone. But you know what? Make it known. Don't be scared to be a little flirty. Don't be stale. Don't be like those 2-year-old tortilla chips that are stale. You got to have some flavor to yourself, okay? So if you're interested in someone, all right, put a little bit of that sauce in it. Put a little bit of that swagger in it, okay? Give them a little something to chew on, okay? Don't just be out here on that boring, hello, how's your day, whatever mess, all right? Have a little bit of that mental juice to be creative and say something fun. Ask them a fun question, okay? Ask them who their celebrity crush is or what their dream vacation is, but don't get into this boredom, because how the heck are you going to stick out compared to the other person past the picture, past the fact that you just look different than the other person that's chatting up the same thing? So you know what? Use some creativity. We're trying to connect out here, okay? Quit using this medium because you're bored. Quit using dating as an excuse because you're bored. Go out there and try to connect with people, all right? So be courteous. Let people know where you stand. Communicate. So a couple podcasts ago, I brought up PUAs, pickup artists, right? And I was specifically talking about those that have these weird gimmicks, nicknames like Donnie Vegas and Johnny V, very Chad Kyle type names. No offense if your real name is Chad or Kyle. I love you. And I actually got a response back from one of the PUAs who, and I expected this, okay? I've been around the block. I expected some sort of response, especially when you attack someone's, job or profession or supposed skill set. And much younger guy, because most PUAs, they are younger. If not, they're these way over the hill guys that are still only caring about getting laid, and that's their whole focus, instead of pursuing their goals and being a better family member, friend, real life skills. So he commented. He was like, "Hey, look, you're just jealous. You can't get girls," and very short-sighted, right? Again, it was something that I expected. It's part of their MO. It's part of their mindset. Is that if someone disagrees with them, then automatically they're going to assume, hey, this comes from a place of jealousy. It does not. It comes from a place of accountability. Hey, if you, for example, are teaching men how to be men, and you're just right out of college or barely out of college, or maybe you haven't really done much other than teach people how to, pick up women. And you're trying to tell someone who's a dad, who's, I've served my nation, I've worked corporate, I've been in this business game for 10 years. Some of these pickup artists, they wash out after a couple of years, especially when you try to see them in action and they're getting rejected by women. Because again, their whole backbone, their whole existence is pickup, right? The game of pickup, not how to teach people to be the best version of themselves in a natural, organic way. Oh, they teach you these techniques to honestly manipulate and connive someone into doing your bidding, more than likely in a sexual way. That's why it's called a pickup. So here's my thing, and this goes out to anyone else that's hearing this. That's the bullseye is not on matchmakers. It's not on life coaches. It's not on dating coaches. It's not on yoga instructors. It's not on anyone who's really passionate about helping others. It's these cheap, low-life pickup artists that, again, they feel that some sort of quick technique is going to get them laid. And I could see through it. I could see the lack of sincerity in what they do. One day, if you have a kid, right, there's no pickup artist skills on how to be a good father. As a soldier, there's no pickup artist skills when you're in the fight, whether literally in combat or whether you have a last minute project where you have to travel to South America and meet up with generals from other countries and get a deal done. Okay, or working corporate, or being in front of local media outlets and talking to people about what you do. Can you imagine a pickup artist going on the news and they ask them, so what is your skill? What do you do? All right. So if you're a pickup artist, you need to evolve. If you are offended, look inward instead of getting pissed off at the messenger. It's dying, okay? Look at being a more wholesome version of yourself. I am not scared to be an alpha and call out those people that are in the game to manipulate others into having sex. No, that's not the way you do it. So if you're a male client and you're kind of like, oh crap, I've been working with a pickup artist, does that make me a bad person? No, it doesn't. Or a woman, if you're a woman that's working with pickup artists, you're not wrong for hiring them. Just realize the different skill set compared to a matchmaker, a dating coach, a life coach. All right, pickup artist skills do not stick. And guess what? Their personality, if it sticks, they're in trouble. If they're in their beyond 40s and 50s and they're still wearing nightclub clothing to pick up women, and they haven't really worked on themselves or the insecurities that led them to even want to pick up in the first place, yeah, they're not really fully evolved in the maturity sense. So that's my little rant on it. I respect this business. I respect those that are in my space and that are really helping people. When I mean space, I mean my business space of matchmakers, dating coaches, life coaches, event coordinators for singles events. They're doing some good stuff out there. Pickup artist, you got to evolve or you got to go. The phone call, the art of the phone call. People. Do you know what a phone was originally invented for? I'm talking before we had 20 million apps and all we did was just try to take selfies and whatnot. Do you know what the phone was for back in the days? It was obviously for voice-to-voice communication, voice-to-voice. All right, if I'm trying to get chemistry going with someone, do you think I will stick out if I'm texting all the damn time, or if every maybe 3 or 4 days, I get a phone call in. Who's going to stick out, right? Y'all need to quit with that BS, okay? You talk at work, so why the heck does it scare you to talk on the phone, all right? The person's not even in front of you, all right? It can be a 5-minute, 10-minute phone call, but y'all need to quit with this BS where you can't even get a phone call in, but you want to be texting all the damn time, all right? Here's the deal. I got it. It's convenient sometimes. You're at work and you can't do it. I got it. I know when common sense dictates you can't be on the phone. But people, the phone, okay, is so much more powerful than just texting someone, okay? What I don't understand is you can be on an app, right? Take your pick, Bumble, Tinder, Hinge, whatever else is out there. You can be on this app. You give the person your number on an app where you're pretty much texting just so you can text on that other app or, on texting. Sorry. Again, I'll repeat myself. You get someone's phone number off of a dating app just so you can keep texting them. Come on now. How much sense does that make? And yet so many people do it. It is asinine. If you cannot get a 5 or 10 minute phone call in, but you can stare at your phone for 20 minutes waiting for that text to come through, you're wasting your time. And guess what? It's the best way to show someone you are interested in them. All right. It's a lot harder to, be on the phone talking to someone and trying to text your other people. Okay. First off, it's going to come rude. And I'm sure the other person is going to hear the sound of you texting, or they're going to be able to tell you're not paying attention. So when you have a good phone call, that builds the vibes. All right. Builds the vibes. So why the heck? Tell me, why would you give your phone number away on a dating app when you might as well just keep talking to them on there if you're not going to have a phone conversation? Quit being lazy, people. You need to level up. You need to level up in this game. All right. If not, you're going to fall on the sidelines. You're not going to stick out. I'm not saying you need to be on the phone all the time, on a phone call here and there and whatever. I got it. We become so detached from actually connecting that we're so comfortable with texting. But a 5-minute phone call, hey, it could be on the way to work one morning or whatever. That does not hurt. It does not hurt at all, okay? You're going to live. Matter of fact, it might be safer if you got your Bluetooth headset on or your Bluetooth in the car. It's safer to talk to someone than trying to text them and look down while you're driving. All right. That's a whole nother tangent I can get into, is how annoyed I am by people that got a 1/10 of a mile between them and another car because they're out here staring at their phone, holding up traffic. That's a whole nother topic. That'd be a 3-hour podcast if I could. Bottom line, if you are interested in someone, woman, y'all want to talk about equality, you want to talk about, equal rights, y'all initiate the phone call. Tell the guy, hey, look, can we get on the phone tonight? All right. Doesn't have to be the man doing all the work. All right. Men, go out there and ask a woman, look, I want to talk to you. Okay. 5-minute phone call. You can get a lot done in 5 minutes compared to 20 minutes of texting. All right. All that blam, blam, blah, blah, blah. Stick out, people. Use the phone for what it's intended for. Mix it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I've heard it all when it comes to dating. I've heard everything from, I'm so tired of dating. I keep attracting the wrong people. I don't know what I'm saying, whether it's online or offline dating. I don't know what I'm doing during a first date. I lead with too much pride or fear. Here's the deal. If you're hearing this, you're talking to a dating coach. This is what I do, right? Think of me as a personal trainer mixed with a financial advisor. You combine that and you get a guy with tough love. Again, it's all love. So here's the deal. You can either sit on the sidelines and keep doing the same thing you're doing, or you can work with me. Don't worry about the cost, right? You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to cost a lot to work with him. This is what I want you to do. Just make the first step. Contact me and just say, hey, look, what's the deal? How much is it going to cost? And this is what I'm going through right now in dating world, Chris. 2 ways you can contact me. You can send me a DM through Instagram, The Dating Doc. Again, that's The Dating Doc. Or you can shoot me a text and I'm going to respond. Area code 210-664-0192. That's area code 210-664-0192. Hit me up, all right? Are you going to make excuses and keep doing what you're doing? Or are you going to make the effort and making changes and leveling up as a person? The Dating Doc, the cure for the common date.